Wait.
Today is monumental, boys, because today is the day.
It's a big day.
That I finally get the thing that you guys have been yelling at me for the last
Every
year
single
and a half.
comment. Anything happens to you, like anything you
Anything.
beg.
If I spend over $50 on the channel, you guys yell at me. You said,
why
"Get
don't you buy a damn truck?"
Today is the day we're finally picking up a truck for myself. It is about time, I know. Steph's dad has been the most generous guy ever, and he's been letting me use his truck for the last probably 2 years, which has been amazing. I've been so grateful for that, and it's allowed me to do a lot of things that I wouldn't be able to do, without it. I've just been sick, and then lately Derek's been letting me use his truck, but it is about that time that I officially get my own truck, and it's been a long time coming. Finally found the truck that I'm really happy with. The price is right, the condition's right, everything just aligns. But we're about to show up. I'm really excited. It's wet out, it's raining out, which is probably the worst conditions to ever buy a vehicle in, but it's a truck, it's a tool. As long as there's not a lot of rust, I'm happy. So let's show up, see how it is, negotiate, and then talk about it later. You excited?
Yeah, I do.
So pumped. Now we wait. There she is, boys.
Jimmy got a truck. He did it. I can't even zoom in. I don't know how to do it on this one.
Got it. So it's nicer than I thought it was gonna be.
It is really nice.
We have an 04 GMC Sierra 2500 HD. Obviously I was gonna buy a newer truck. I mean, it's just, these things are so much money, but after talking to a bunch of friends, driving different bunch of trucks over the years, these really are the best bang for the buck, at least up here. At least I think so. This one only has 98,000 miles on it, which is insane for, an 04. It's in amazing condition considered the years. It was maintained extremely well. The frame is a little rustier than I would want it to be, but it's definitely not a problem. So I'm really excited.
I know, it looks great. Look at that.
The interior literally looks brand new. Like
the WeatherTech floors.
this, like
My mom would like that.
I don't know how that comes down, but obviously we got to fake plate it back because I don't have a dealer plate. But I'm
And we saw all those cops.
But yeah, we pulled into the
That's
gas
scary.
station. There was like 7 cops. I was like, Steph,
I was
let's
like,
get out.
let's go, let's
So I'm gonna throw insurance on it, and then we're gonna drive home, and
go from there.
I'm so pumped.
It looks really nice.
This is like, it has everything I wanted. And he recently put in a backup camera, which is sick. So it feels like a 2014. All right.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped. This is cool.
No, it looks really nice. You own a truck, Jimmy.
It's about time.
You
It feels
Look
right.
It's yours.
It feels right, right?
It feels right.
How am I looking? I look
And
good?
it's green too. You look like
I look-
very comfortable.
I look good, right?
Looking good.
Nice.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
This is so nice.
I'd pop it up.
Okay, do it. I got you. Yep. Bench seat, baby.
Boom.
Woo-wee. This is awesome. I'm so
That's
happy.
really
I can't
good.
wait for the guys to see it.
I know.
Now let's call Geico.
Pump it.
We're insured, baby. Not bad. Now we're half legal.
No. If you crash, it's not terrible.
This is the one that matters. I love this thing. It's sick. So it's been a few days. I've been dying to show off the truck, but it's literally been raining nonstop. And this morning, it finally cleared up just a little bit. Kinda. Hopefully she looks just as good dry as she did wet. So I did buy the truck when it was raining out, which is like the worst condition to ever buy a vehicle in. Luckily it's a truck, so I don't really care about the paint as much, but let's check it out. All right, she still looks pretty good dry. Definitely a couple more scratches than I thought, but nothing too major. Damn, she's pretty. So like I said before, I got an 04 GMC 2500 HD. So I've driven quite a few trucks over the last couple of years, and honestly, the Chevy has to be my favorite, at least in my price range. So let's check it out. All right, so the real question is, do we start with the good or do we start with the bad? Start with the good. First off, for an 04, this looks amazing. Now the best part about this truck is not the aesthetics of it, it's the mechanical reasons. Now to me, I see a truck as a tool, something to get me to events, pick up cars when they break, help friends out, all that good stuff. And because of that, I want to make sure this thing is the most mechanically sound it could be, and so I also never have to work on it. I don't want to ever work on this thing. So my biggest goal was to find a truck with lower miles that was well maintained, and this is exactly it. This truck only has 99,000 miles on it, which is insanely low, especially for the year. And the previous owner maintained it so well. I was just so impressed. He has all records of everything. Anytime this thing needed a bulb, a switch, anything, he replaced it. He has a list of receipts. He did put a lot of money into this truck, but it's good for me. So we have brand new brakes all around, brakes and rotors. I mean, I guess you probably can't see, but yeah, brand new brakes. The tires are also very, very new, which is awesome. Tires are very expensive, especially for trucks. We also have brand new Bilstein shocks right there, all the way around, which is also a huge plus. The Bilsteins, honestly, they make this truck feel like it drives like a car. On top of that, he also paid to get the bed rhino lined, which is really, really cool. It's a protective layer that basically just protects the bed of the truck from, you know, impact, damages, scratches, all that good stuff. So definitely a cool plus. He also got a backup camera installed, which is also pretty cool. I don't really care for the backup cameras, but when you're trying to hook up a trailer by yourself, definitely a huge perk. So as you guys saw before, the interior is literally perfect. Like, it's kind of baffling, especially for, you know, a truck. So obviously I'd rather have black interior, but I mean, this is in such great shape that I can't complain. Now, the only downfall to this and the inside is the fact that it doesn't have power windows or power locks. We got the good old-fashioned crank boys right here, but it's definitely not a deal breaker, even though Derek thinks it is. But Derek, shut up. But everything in here is great. Like I said, we already had the backup camera, and the previous owner did install a trailer brake controller, which is amazing. So this thing is ready to hook up to my trailer and go, which is, you know, cool. We don't gotta do any work. Ready to haul tomorrow. I feel like that's all we need to show in the interior, but let's check out the next important part, and that's the engine bay. Boom. Good old-fashioned Gen 3 LS 6.0, or LQ9 I think is the actual term for it, but these things are amazing. Now the reason why I did go with the 2500 versus anything else literally is because of not just the engine but the transmission. The 5.3 and the 1500 is still an amazing engine. It gets the job done no problem. 6.0 is just a little plus, but the big thing is the transmission. Now the 1500s have a 4L60E when the 2500 HDs have the 4L80E. Only difference might just sound like 20, but the 80s are way stronger. The 60s, they get the job done, but you end up having to replace them at one time in its life, and I'd prefer not to have to do that. So splurged a little bit on the 2500, but it's well worth it. And as you guys can see, the engine bay has also been maintained very well. Ice cold AC, which is, I mean, a huge perk, and of course the heat works too. So that's all you guys need to see underneath the hood, and just take my word for it, she's well maintained. You guys saw the good, looks good, runs good, drives good. Now let's check out the bad real quick while we have a few minutes, and go from there. So the first thing we always have to worry about with these Chevy trucks, especially in the Northeast, is the rust. Now, I mean, everything. Northeast sucks. We just get the rustiest cars ever. Winters really mess everything up. So the big thing with these is the cab corners rot away instantly, like all the time. Luckily, my cab corners pretty damn mint. We got a little bubbling right here, but luckily we could stop that now and prevent it from spreading down. But in Northeast standards, these rockers are perfect. The bed also very, very clean, where these also tend to rot out dramatically. Especially when you find these low mileage trucks, it usually means they sat for a long time, which means more rust. So it's kind of usually a trade-off. But the rust that it does have is on the bumpers, which is also extremely common. The bumpers just rot from the inside out underneath the chrome, and they fail pretty dramatically. Now the front bumper, as you can see, Little weight reduction here. And then the rear bumper also has quite a few patches of rust. Luckily, I did get this truck for way cheaper than what they usually go for, so I do have some room to splurge and do a few upgrades. So besides that, the frame is a little bit rustier than I was hoping for, but like I said, the low miles trucks usually do get a little rustier from sitting. As you can see, we do have a lot of scaling, but there is no rot, which is good. You could hear it, very stable. As you can see, it's just kind of surface rust. Luckily, a company near my shop actually does full descaling and resealing, descaling and resealing. And it's pretty affordable, so I'm just gonna suck it up and pay for it. The truck's really worth it, and hopefully it'll save everything underneath because everything around it is really awesome. So honestly, I couldn't be more excited. I know it's an 04 and it's nothing new, nothing crazy, not a big flex, but to me this is a big deal. I'm really proud of this purchase. I'm really happy with this truck. It's exactly what I wanted, and it's cool. It feels like a cool little monument to me, and it's gonna do us really good down at the shop, and it's been a long time coming, so I don't want to hear it from you guys anymore. I got a truck. Be excited for me because I am so pumped, and I hope you guys like the color because I think this is pretty cool. But I think that concludes it for our little walk around on our new shop tow rig. Now we can splurge a little bit on some fun stuff, get some, you know, fresh taillights and fresh headlights, upgrade the speakers in the inside, put a nice radio in it, and do all the works. You guys know how it is. So now in about 2.5 hours, Brian and I are actually leaving for Germany, so I gotta go edit this video, get it up for you guys, and go from there. But if you guys didn't know, Hyundai is actually flying out Brian and I to go basically hang out at the 24 Hours of Nürburgring race and do some driving in their i30N, which is insane. We have a bunch of other stuff happening while we're there. We're there for like 4 or 5 days, and so you guys will probably get a better update in the next video. So hopefully we can do some sub meetup or something in there, because it's gonna be really cool to meet some international subs and do some cool stuff. So this is my first time crossing the water, so I'm a little nervous, but all right, I did enough talking. Hope you guys are pumped for me with the truck. We'll get it registered as soon as I get back, and we'll do our first test haul. But with that, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.